Alright, let's check the poll. Luxor versus Chuzzle. Let's see which one wins. Huh. Well, I can get this video out in no time.
Oh, bro.
Whoa, seems you guys wanted Chuzzle. Guess Luxor really fell off ever since Fifth Passage, eh? So, let's talk about our favorite fuzzy Our favorite fuzzy Chuzzle friends. God, I gotta word this stuff better. So what exactly is Chuzzle, you may ask? If you've never played the game before, at least. In that case, let me help you. Chuzzle is
a 2005 match 3 game centered around fuzzballs, otherwise known as Chuzzles. In a similar fashion to Bejeweled, you match them, but instead of swapping, you drag these little guys across the board.
Bro, how do you even get in here? Okay.
Now, before I was rudely interrupted, you drag these guys across the board and basically make matches of 3 in columns or rows, unlike Bejeweled that only focuses on rows.
Can you, leave now?
Fine. But I'll be back.
I can't even complain, he did all the work for me. I guess that's Chuzzle. So, let's get down to the gameplay of the first game. The game has special Chuzzles, so let's review them. Super Chuzzle. When this sucker is mashed, it explodes in a 3x3 radius, destroying any Chuzzle in its way. Next. Wait, that's it? Yeah, Chuzzle only has one special Chuzzle. That being the Super Chuzzle. No Hyper Chuzzle, no Supernova Chuzzle, just this guy, which makes it kind of stand out, and of course, gives it more challenge. If you match higher than 5 Chuzzle, you actually just get bonus points, similar to our next topic. However, in Chuzzle 2, matching 6 will actually give you an extra few Super Chuzzles. Rainbow Chuzzle. Now, I initially were going to list this as bad Chuzzle, however, they're in between f***ing up your run and actually helping you. If you match these 3 rainbow fuzzballs, you'll get a bonus. Nice. But keep them there long enough, and you can actually lose moves. Lock Chuzzle. You can't move them. They basically block out a column, making it unmovable. In modes like Classic Chuzzle, this can be a pain and cause you to lose moves if there are too many on the board. And they can be an obstacle for time modes as well. And yes, they can lock Rainbow Chuzzle. Fat Chuzzle. Jeez, Raptus, what a name. These guys basically function similar to Lock Chuzzle, however they are movable. The catch to them being that you cannot slide them fully through the corners of the board. They get blocked. They also take 2 times the space of a regular Chuzzle. So many of these on the board can cause you to lose moves, so make sure you match them. Additionally, they can't be locked to nobody's surprise. Fat balls. I don't think that is a term I'll ever say again, I apologize. With those out of the way, let's quickly talk about Chuzzle 2, since there are additional things compared to Chuzzle 1. First off, Fat Chuzzle can actually be turned into Super Chuzzle. They explode at the same radius though. They are still run killers, unfortunately. Oh, and... you stinky! This guy is essentially like Lock Chuzzle regarding their spawn system. To get rid of them, you need to match next to them and stun them. After 3 hits, you get rid of these stinkers for good. Well, till more spawn, that is. With those out of the way, let's dive into the modes. I won't go too deep into Chuzzle 2's, however, I'll talk about it in enough depth to at least give it credit, as my god, it executes perfectly. Classic Chuzzle. Basically playing the game until your run ends, with each previous bad Chuzzle mentioned being your obstacle. You have a set of lives that allow you to retry if you run out of moves on the board. In the case that you do run out of moves on your board will scramble and basically refresh, allowing you another chance to play. However, if you run out of moves without said lives, your game is over. To beat a level, you must fill the bottle. Zen Chuzzle. To make this one quick, take Classic Chuzzle and basically throw every obstacle out the window, except Fat Chuzzle. You can't lose, but from what I know, it is actually possible to run out of moves, though the game will obviously scramble the board in that case. Unlike Classic and Speed Chuzzle, which we'll get to soon, this mode doesn't have levels. Instead, you get a set of Chuzzles that pop out every once in a while. So an additional note, Zen is helpful to rack up coins in Chuzzle 2 for your Chuzzarium, which we'll also get into. Speed Chuzzle. This mode is like Classic Chuzzle, but on a set of steroids, because holy shit! It's fast. Best believe you need fast reaction time because locks will be spawning left and right on you if you can't control that timer bar below. Keep matching and fill that bottle. Now, Mindbender is unique. To keep it brief, basically match the pattern that the game gives you and solve each puzzle to the eventual end where you get a little special surprise. Before we get into Chuzzle 2, let's briefly talk about Snap. Snap is basically that Tetris ripoff, but better in every single way. Also, it came out before anyone calls it a clone. It essentially is Chuzzle, but instead of dragging across the board, you snap them onto the board by dragging them into a spot. Nice. Finally, Chuzzle 2. Wow, this game has a lot to offer. Its main gimmick compared to Chuzzle 1 is granting you a load set of challenges. This game basically has a plenitude amount of mini modes that you can progressively go through, with also set difficulties. You basically play till you run out of lives and to earn coins. Very arcade-like and fun. Basically the challenge mode of Chuzzle. Just about as replayable with how much it offers. Dare I say, maybe even better. Additionally, you can get puzzle pieces after completing a bunch of challenges and reaching the golden Chuzzle at the end. Now you may be asking, coins? What do coins do? Well, I'm glad you asked. Has this ever been you?
Oh man, the Chuzzles are adorable. It sucks that they aren't even real. I'd love to have a little fuzzy friend running around.
Well, fear no more. I introduce you, the Chuzzarium. I only wanted one, not the whole damn zoo. The Chuzzarium is for you to spend all your life savings on. Taking care of these fuzzy balls. Fuzzy friends. Buy a bowl. Buy a pod. Buy a plant. Open gifts. Play with your Chuzzle. It's endless fun. Don't miss out today in the Chuzzarium. Just a word of advice for you, my friend. Don't get stinky. I mean it. Don't get stinky. Get the Chuzzarium today. Well, with that ad out of the way, finally, let's dive into Chuzzle 2's Daily Do. Daily Do is basically a set of challenges given. Survive as long as possible and get the highest score on the leaderboard. Sometimes these can be the easiest things you get or absolute torture. Basically, pick your poison each day. It's an absolute masterpiece and very fun too. So with all of this stuff, what makes Chuzzle such a good game? Well, I could go for hours, but the art style, sound design, music, and oh boy, if I didn't cover the Easter eggs, I'd def regret it. Gameplay is also extremely fun. I even think this game in some cases surpassed Bejeweled. I find myself replaying Chuzzle more at times than Bejeweled 3. Both series are great though. So now that we're here, is Chuzzle 2 a good sequel? Absolutely. I've heard there's a PC port in the works, and trust me, I will play this as soon as it comes out. Now, there is one thing I think it needs. Raptus, please bring back the Chuzzle 1 level up animation. It had so much sauce. Thank you. Hey, you've reached the end of this video. Thanks for watching. Sorry this video took so long to come out. I'm working a lot on getting my Bejeweled suites and side jewel tracks out, on top of staying active on other platforms to get music and art out. Regardless, I hope it was an enjoyable video. It's relatively short considering Chuzzle, in my opinion, is much easier to talk about compared to Bejeweled. But it's finally here. We'll see where to go from here next. There will be a poll soon. See you all in the next video, command prompters. Hey TMG.
Huh?
Why'd you even cameo in this video? It's not Bejeweled related. What's next? A side Chuzzle in the next 50 years?
Have you ever heard of Psy Neck Break?
No, what's that?